Latapy returned home earlier today after being knocked out at the group stage of the Digicel Caribean Cup. The Warriors fell in their first two matches to Cuba and Grenada, but managed to secure a 1-0 win last night over host Martinique. But the poor showing is mounting the pressure on coach Latapy.
Trinidad and Tobago Soca Warriors returned home earlier today after being knocked out at the group stage of the Digicel Caribean Cup. And coach Russell Latapy walked out to face the media not knowing what his future holds after a disappointing campaign. After losing 2-0 to Cuba in the opening encounter and being stunned 1-0 by unfancied Grenada, a narrow win over host Martinique may not be enough to quell the calls of fans for Latapy's dismissal. But in spite of this, the coach says he understands the public's frustration, but says now is the best time for fans to show their support to the players.
We understand their disappointment, we as players, we share that disappointment, and maybe more so than the fans. But again, it is a process, and it's a process of learning and going forward, and I think we're definitely going in the right direction. Again, it's a bit of patience, I would think, and these are the times when young players need the support of the country more than ever. So I would ask the fans to give these players the support and help push the team forward.
But when pressed on the burning questions concerning his future as coach of the Soca Warriors, Latapy said he can't provide any answers until he sits down with the federation.
I understand that is an obvious question, but it's an obvious question that I cannot answer for obvious reasons. I have to sit down with the federation and who's responsible, and then I'd be able to answer that question.
But until his future is made known, the little magician is remaining firm in his philosophy as coach of the national team, saying as long as he's here, he will continue to play the game he thinks it should be played.
I am focused on trying to do what I believe in, which is play a certain way, and which is what I think is the way that that the football is supposed to be played here to take us forward. And as long as I'm here, that is what I'll continue to do.
Terence Clark, TV6.